We'll now take the next question from Carlos Toro. Carlos?
Thank you, and thank you, Jonathan and Don, for being here on this call. First of all, Jonathan, I was reading online, and I think it was on BoxRec, where it said that you had actually fought Trevor Bryan in the amateurs more than 10 years ago. I wanted to ask, first of all, is that true? And if so, what do you remember from that time?
Yeah, we fought at I believe it was in Indiana at the Golden Glove Nationals. We had fought, and like I said, he was just he's a big guy, and like I said, he's got a real good jab. But once we get around the jab, we better work in on him.
One thing from, it's been over a decade since that's happened. And looking back, do you sort of feel that you're such a completely different fighter than the one that you were over 10 years ago when you first fought Trevor Bryan?
Yes, sir. We have a lot more fights now. I believe I was in the amateur fighting at like 215 at super heavyweight. So I was kind of smaller then. He was big. Now I'm at 250, a lot smaller, a lot faster on my feet. So, and a lot stronger. So, we're ready.
One thing, obviously, a lot of people were kind of caught off guard that your name suddenly popped out, and now you're fighting Trevor Bryan. How was sort of your thought process, and what was it like sort of when you got the call and all of a sudden you get offered to fight Trevor Bryan? And Don, at the end, if you could sort of expand upon that a little bit, and sort of how getting Jonathan that fight done and dealing with the WBA and approving this fight.
Well, I was supposed to fight Alonzo Butler first, and then but they asked us to step up because his opponent couldn't show. So I've been fighting my whole life for this opportunity. It ain't like like they call me. I've been training. I've been waiting for an opportunity like this my whole life, and then now that it presents itself, we got to take it. So.
And Don, if you sort of expand upon that a little bit, and sort of getting Jonathan the title shot and dealing with the WBA and seeing if that fight would have been approved by then, and obviously now it is.
Well, it's approved because they both were on the card. He was on the card scheduled to fight Alonzo Butler. And so rather than to stop the fight and the card there, and Charr again came up with a short change on his visa, I was hoping that we would have Charr because so many different stories that came out and so many lies have been told in regards to that. But I think that the fight would have been settled at all, you know what I mean? Because Charr had not defended his title in over close to 4 years before we came on the scene. And so therefore, I would have loved to have had Charr in there. But since Charr did not come in, and due to the rules and regulations of the WBA, they told us in the front that if I don't be there, Trevor gonna lose his position as champion, and if Charr don't be there, he's gonna lose his position as champion in recess. And so we all knew like a month ahead of time from December the 5th, and then we come back in whatever it is, whatever the dates, I might not be correct, January the 5th or whatever. But whatever, we had plenty of time to get ready, and everybody would get their visas and come on in there and be ready. But he didn't meet the deadline. So now, rather than to go change and go look for an opponent to get the fight, we made an appeal to the WBA that we had a champion, a guy was going to fight for the, what you call the WBA, the WNABA, that's the North American Boxing Association title, which comes with United States, Mexico, Canada, and Puerto Rico, with Alonzo, so we could take him off because he got a perfect record. So therefore, we appealed to them to let this fight go on so that the date and everything that we had spent money on promoting and setting it up, that it would be right there. And so they graciously, after studying it out, they felt again that, and they realized that Bryan hadn't fought in a year. So they had punished him already, even though there was good intentions, you know what I mean? Still, he hadn't fought in a year. And so they okayed the fight, and I thanked them for that, and I was most gracious. So, but that's why I put on 6 title fights to make certain that the public gets what they want. Everyone is a main event. So therefore, we're going to go down the line because every one of those champions will be have an opportunity to gain fame, acclaim, and affluence because they go definitely into the rankings of the world rankings of the WBA and they also have that title of the NABA, the North American Boxing Association. So that gives everybody an opportunity to have fair play, and at the same time getting a chance for them to capture their dream and make it happen. And that's what we want to do on this spectacular evening of boxing on January 29th. And you can get it on the Don King livestreaming.com for $49.99 here in America. And the big company with Mike Weber, who is going to be carrying the pay-per-view around the world. You know, they got different prices, you know, I mean, that they will be playing around the world. It'll be, I think it's $15. And in Canada, I think it's $39.99. So I think you're going to have a great evening of show of boxing, and you have a chance to entertain and be right at home with the safety of your home, with your family and your friends. And I'm looking forward to it with great excitement and great anticipation. And you'll see it soon on January 29th, Saturday night, when they go out and have a spectacular evening of boxing with featuring 6 champions of taking place on the same night in the same place. So we're going to be at the Packard Music Hall on the 29th, and we're looking forward to giving everybody a great evening of boxing.
Thank you, John.
Thanks,
thank you, Don.
Carlos.
Thank you, Jonathan.